How's it going, boys and girls? This is Dash,
And this is Josh.
and we are Duo Kage. And for our first video, we're gonna be ranking slash rating these Naruto characters we have over here, tier maker.
Okay, so we're gonna start with the fourth Raikage.
Mhm.
A. He specializes in lightning release, earth release, and water release.
And
Um,
he's hella fast as fuck.
One of the fastest people of all time.
Hell yeah. Yeah, we're
His adopted brother is the eight-tailed Jinchuriki Killer Bee, and as far as power level, what do you think?
well, he's definitely the fourth Raikage, so he's super powerful in his own right. He's well respected in his village and probably the other five great nations. So he's definitely above decent. I wouldn't put him god tier. I'd make him legit. What do you think?
I definitely agree with legit, especially since, despite not being faster than Case CM1 Naruto,
Hmm.
he kept up, and it's definitely somebody legit as KCM won Naruto, despite being his not his strongest mode, would
Yeah, I
definitely be a
agree.
high legit. I'm not sure
Yeah,
if it's quite god tier though.
yeah, I agree. KCM Naruto, it's not Naruto's strongest form, but it was a big amp compared to
S-
what
s-
Naruto had before, Sage mode. Big
yeah.
amp. Yeah.
All right. I don't know much about this next girl. This next bish.
All right. Well, the next chick, or the first chick, rather, we have is Anko. She was the proctor for the second stage of the tuning exams.
That I know.
What's special about her is she's the student of Orochimaru. Well, she was you know uh, on his team, and because of that, he's taught her many of his own techniques, a lot of snake-related techniques, and she also has a curse mark. Granted, she never actually uses it in the story, but it does prove pivotal when Sasuke revives Orochimaru. So plot-wise, she's great. Uh, Power-wise, I think she's irrelevant, honestly. What do you think?
Irrelevant. I agree.
Irrelevant.
I barely remember.
That's yeah, makes her irrelevant. Yeah,
Well, when we were talking
makes
about
her.
this earlier, I asked if that's a chick from the tuning exams.
Our next guy,
The third Hokage's son, Asuma Saritobi, s-
yeah.
specializes in wind release and fire release. Um, t- um, Gave Naruto advice when he found out he had wind release, and
Was training
he
for the Rasen Shuriken. Yeah,
yes, and took on two Akatsuki members, Hidan and
Kakuzu.
Kakuzu, yes, and died to Hidan.
Yeah, was killed by Hidan. Yeah,
Yeah,
absolutely. I would say he's definitely he's above decent. I would say he's a legit Jonin. Put up a good fight against two
yeah.
S rank members of the Akatsuki, and yeah, he's a Sarutobi clan member, and they're very good with their fire jutsu.
I'd say a
Uh,
great way to describe his skill level would be to compare to the Boruto watchers or readers to compare to Konohamaru in Boruto.
mhm.
For
Yeah,
me, they give off the same vibe. Not the strongest, but definitely somebody you don't want to mess with.
yeah, for sure. Absolutely. I put Asuma in legit, but not before A.
Yeah,
Yeah.
or maybe decent. What do you think?
You
Would it
do
beat
make a good
base
point.
Shippuden Naruto? What do you think?
Him versus base Shippuden Naruto.
Not base. Rasen Shuriken.
Oh, well, the Rasen Shuriken,
At that stage of his.
I think Naruto surpasses him. I mean, he surpassed Kakashi when he killed Kakuzu that moment because the
Yeah.
Rasen Shuriken, it's a very unique jutsu. It damages your cells from the insides, so it's really cool. Yeah. Do I think Asuma can beat Rasen Shuriken Naruto? Definitely not. You know,
Definitely not.
so
Fair. Lost to
uh,
Dan.
yeah, yeah. Let's put him decent. He's decent. All right.
Yeah.
Uh, our next guy.
Choji. This is Kid Choji.
This is Keichoji.
Trash.
Trash.
Or irrelevant to be nice, I guess. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I'm sure. I mean, I love Choji. I don't
Really?
think he's trash. I mean,
Not so.
Shippuden.
Fuck.
Does characters dirty, like part one characters, I believe. But he's still one
Rocky.
of my favorites. Yeah, Rock Lee especially.
Wasted him.
Uh, Wasted him absolutely. But I'm glad they gave him his own show, the Rock Lee Springtime of Youth thing. Yeah, that's a funny little
Incredible.
show. Donzo, this is about power, okay? This isn't about his character. This is about power. Where would you place him?
Legit.
Legit. All right, yeah. Is he better than the Raikage with his Sharingan or what?
I actually believe so.
I believe so.
But at the same time, it's up for debate because the Raikage fights Sasuke, Sasuke is at full form, not maybe not full form, but full energy, like in terms of that battle.
Mm-hmm.
When we see him fight Danzo, Sasuke wins, and he was already severely compromised from the
Exhausted.
yeah
Absolutely.
for ice.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. What do you think, man? We have time
What
to
I
think.
think, the good thing about, well, the interesting thing about Danzo is the Sharingan. That's it. He's got 11, 10 in his arm, one in his right eye. So if the Raikage, for example, blitzes him the first try, Danzo could just, well, if he has the jutsu activated, he could just, well, say, haha, joke's on you, bitch, and, take it from behind. But if the Raikage is smart enough to figure it out, he could probably uh, try to outlast him. So, like you said, it's up for debate. It really depends on the character's knowledge of each other and the strategy they choose to take. But I would say, because of the Sharingan and how OP it is in the series, I would put Danzo above the Raikage. That's my take.
Okay, Deidara.
Datara, is he decent? Is he legit? Relevant?
He
Um,
has to be legit,
he-
just because of what he was able to do to Gara.
Absolutely. He's
But
definitely not as strong as these two other characters, but he's legit. Definitely
yeah,
legit. Yeah. He's got a C4 bomb, which is pretty badass.
and despite being very emotional character, he's actually quite smart.
Yeah.
Like to use
Our
the
next.
village against Gara, that was very intelligent.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a smart thing to do. Absolutely. Yeah. All right. Our next character is
Fugaku.
Fugaku. Yep. Fugaku, Sasuke's dad. We never actually see him do anything in the show. Uh, would you put him in trash?
He has the Mangekyo Sharingan, so
He
I
does.
definitely don't think you could put him anywhere lower than decent or irrelevant. Not even irrelevant point. It has to be decent, even if it's a low one. He was candidate for fourth Hokage, wasn't he?
That is true, along with
Yeah,
Orochimaru and
yeah.
Minato.
Minato.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um,
Does he beat Asuma?
I think so, definitely.
All right. All
I
right.
feel like his
Next.
visual prowess is good enough. What do you think?
Oh, absolutely. Like I said, we never actually see him use it, but it is, canon in the show, canon in the story, and Itachi stated during Night of the Massacre, well, in his head and his thoughts, he was legit afraid to go up against his father. Even though he himself had a Mangekyo and is super skilled in his own right, he was still afraid to go up against his
Yeah,
father. Lucky for him, his father just said, "Go ahead, kill me. I love you."
it's not
Yeah,
legit actually.
legit.
Yeah,
Actually, he is legit. Like his the story behind him, he's
I think
legit.
I think we were just chirping.
Yeah, I mean we are pretty buzzed. Yeah. Our next up character is
Gara.
Kid Gara, not Kazekage Gara. So where do we put him?
Um,
Decent,
decent. Yeah, I
decent.
think
Yeah.
just below
Yeah, I mean he's powerful, but I think
in base
Asuma
form at least.
would beat him definitely. Yeah, base form at least.
Maybe full transformation. No
Yeah,
chance.
for sure. Yeah, Haku's next. So he's got that. I still sometimes think he's a
Yeah.
girl. Sorry.
Oh,
He's
everybody
got
wanted to
that.
fuck her until they found out.
Yes. Yeah. So Haku, he's got that ice release. Does that make him decent or just? Oh, sorry. Does that
I'll
make him
go with
legit or just decent?
irrelevant.
Irrelevant? Why irrelevant?
Um, we really only see one battle, and he loses to Kid Naruto and Kid Sasuke. Okay, Naruto had his QB influence at the time, but I don't think it was at a powerful enough stage to
Okay, I see your
think
point.
Haku's that powerful.
All right, I still believe he beat Anko and Choji for sure. So I'll put him
I agree.
above them. Yeah, well, in front of them. Next up, I believe we have our first god tier character, Hashirama Senju. Do you agree he's god tier?
Yeah, I don't think we need to talk about this too much. He's called the God of Shinobi.
Yeah, let's just put him there. Automatic. Yeah.
He done.
Next up, Hidan.
I'll let you handle this part.
Trash. I honestly think he's trash. He said himself that he's the weakest Akatsuki member. So I think that speaks for itself. Do you agree with me? Trash.
Yep.
Trash. All
Or
right.
maybe irrelevant because his immortality is hard to break, you know.
Does he beat Haku with
Yes.
the ice jutsu? You do?
Do you think Haku could figure out Hidan's jutsu before she dies?
Um,
That's 'cause a lot of the
Haku's
cartoon characters kind of dumb.
yeah, they are dumb, but isn't Haku a prodigy? I would say if we take that, maybe. I mean, Hidan himself he doesn't really want to fight. The only time he kills is for just ritual bullshit, you know.
He, anytime somebody triggers him, he does so.
That's true.
It's
Uh,
up to you. I think it's
uh,
close, but I won't be mad at either thing really.
yeah. Okay. Yeah. Let's put him in front of Haku. I mean, he's Akatsuki, so Akatsuki, they're all S rank.
Hinata, trash. Sorry,
Trash.
I
Yeah.
have to.
I agree. I agree. Kid Hinata doesn't do shit. She's great in Shippuden and Boruto, I believe. She's great. All right.
Third,
Um, the third Hokage, Hiruzen.
legit.
Is he legit? All right.
But
Does
I
he
don't
beat
know
his
enough about his
friend Danzo?
battles. I just give him legit because a Hokage has to.
Yeah.
I
The
think
cool
be
thing
legit.
about Hiruzen, he's actually another ninja beside. He's like the second ninja besides uh, Hashirama, I believe, to get the title of God of Shinobi. It's in part one, I think, till Kishimoto forgot that whole thing about him. He's mastered the five basic chakra natures. You know, he can do fire style, water style, lightning, wind, and uh, earth. So, and he's got his monkey sidekick, the pole looking ass thing. I forgot what you call him, but that thing extends. It's pretty dope. I wouldn't put him god tier. I would put him in legit, even though he has the God of Shinobi title. I wouldn't put him god tier exactly.
Right.
He's
You
powerful
know,
though.
I agree with
You
you.
know,
You know,
trash as well.
trash.
Yeah. The question is, does she beat Hinata?
I don't think it matters. Just put her there. Trash is
All right,
trash. Iruka.
Iruka.
Power wise, I'd say irrelevant.
Okay, yeah,
Like a low irrelevant, I guess. I don't. Maybe past Choji still though.
absolutely. Yeah. Sadly, I mean, he's super relevant to the story as a character, but as a fighter in the
Yeah,
Shinobi world, not so much. Itachi.
legit.
He's legit for sure. I do think he
He's a,
beats all of these other guys. Danzo, he'd beat him because he would know what he's up to. Even though he has that illness, fell for Madara's Genjutsu, and Itachi's pretty much the master of Genjutsu. He'd beat
yeah.
him. He already beat Deidara once, and his own dad. Even though he did say he was afraid of him. Come on, he's Itachi. All right. Our next character is Kabuto Yakushi, Part 1 Kabuto, not Sage Kabuto. So is he decent?
Yes.
Yes. Do you put him above Asuma or Gara? Or in between? I'd put him in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Kakashi, one of my favorites. He's
What
legit,
what
I
stage are we
think.
talking about?
Of course, let's use Shippuden Kakashi. Make it a little interesting.
Like war,
Not
like
war,
war,
just Shippuden
like
Kakashi.
like spamming Kamui.
Let's try the Pain arc Kakashi. Before the war. without the spamming, because that really messes up the plot for me. You're like,
I think
really, you build up stamina that quickly, eh?
I'm thinking
Uh,
either decent, like high decent, or low legit.
I would put him low legit.
Alright,
Low legit. Okay,
Kakuzu.
Kakuzu. He's immortal. Well, 5 hearts. Is he decent or legit?
If we have Kakashi on there, he has to be legit.
Absolutely. Okay, I would put him right after Datara.
I can agree with that.
Right after Datara. Yeah. Konkuro. Well, part one Konkuro. Where do we put him?
Um,
He doesn't do that much, honestly. The only thing I remember about him, yeah, he was supposed to fight Shino in the actual exams. Doesn't do it. Shino then chases him, and they both pretty much fight to a stalemate. And then the only time he pops up ever again in part one, if you don't count fillers, is when the Sand assists. Well, the Sand siblings assist the Sasuke rescue team, right? Uh, he does pop up, I think, but he doesn't do much if I remember. I'd put him in an irrelevant, honestly, like even
agreed.
below Choji.
And
Yeah,
then speaking
irrelevant.
of irrelevant, the eighth Hokage.
Eighth Hokage. All right,
Alright.
would you put him? I'd put him before Choji. Yeah. Yeah, Choji, he's got food pills that could greatly amp his strength if those two ever decide to fight. And yeah, Kiba does have what's his name? Akamaru, but I think Choji still beats him, so I'm putting him there. All right, our next character, the Eminem of our series, Killer B. Where would you put him?
Legit, and I would actually put him really high, maybe even above Itachi, maybe just below, depending on if we're talking about sick Itachi. If it was sick Itachi, I'd put him above any day of the week.
Yeah, Sakatachi, and yeah, let's use Sakatachi because
He's
reanimated. He was sick his whole life, pretty much. So I'll agree with you.
he's a
He would just
perfect
go,
Jinchuriki of the Eight Tails. He has four different nature types: lightning, water, fire, and yang release.
yep,
And man's badass.
man's badass, spits bars all day, every day. All right, Kisame,
Legit.
above or below Itachi?
Above. We spoke about this yesterday. Didn't we say he would be above Killer B?
He would actually. That he would. If Killer B won't go Jinchuriki mode, Tail Beast mode, Base transformation. He
Yes.
definitely would be above. Yeah. So for argument's sake, let's put him here if Killer B decides not to. And he doesn't really do. Besides, he doesn't really transform, right? Besides his fight with Sasuke and the war when it's necessary. So yeah, let's put him above. Conan.
But it's just for argument's sake, it could interchange and
It could, of course,
very
of course,
easily. And
very easy, absolutely, yeah, of
consider
course.
we're the reason we also believe he's stronger than Itachi is because of his Gyuki form.
Conan, where do we put her?
Um, well, she did amazing against Obito, and till that point, we haven't really seen um Toby
Do
hurt
much, yeah,
and
besides phase.
or get hurt at all.
Absolutely,
That was
yeah.
the first time you looked human.
She pushed him far enough that he had to use his other Sharingan to just escape. Rewrite reality. That's badass. Yeah, so she's
I just
definitely legit.
in terms of the list, I don't know where to put her though, but legit for sure.
I'd put her here, definitely here. Boom,
Well, all
boom.
right, Kurenai,
Kurenai, yeah.
Asuma's birthday.
Irrelevant. Yeah, I'd say irrelevant, honestly. Actually, even trash. I mean, she tried to use Genjutsu on Itachi. Trash. She beats them, though. These two girls.
That'll be the highlight of my life. Trying to do Genjutsu on Itachi.
Yeah. Ooh, an easy god tier character. No questions asked. Madara. Right there. Yeah. Okay. So our next character is Mei Terumi. The fifth Mizukage. Yeah. She's bad. I mean, she looks bad as fuck. Do you put her in legit? I mean, she's Mizukage.
Now I put her on trash because of what they did during Boruto. Just kidding. Realistically, though,
uh,
you choose. I don't know too much about the fifth Mizukage.
mhm. I would say she's got, her Gekkei Genkai, boy release and lava release, mixing those two together makes her pretty formidable as an opponent. But do I think she beats the Raikage? No. Do I think she beats Kakuzu? That really depends. I think she definitely beats the other characters that follow. I put her below Kakuzu. Yeah, before Kakuzu. Yeah. Okay, Might Guy. Now this is a big question. Like he's really powerful, especially if he goes 8 gates, and that can make him beat anyone. The 8 gates can make you pretty much unbeatable for a short amount of time. So does that make him a god tier? Do you think? Might Guy.
Um, I say we not add it just because he could only do it once.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's like do it and die, but you do win. That's the good thing, if anything.
But
But he does die for sure. For that sake, I
he
would
can
put
still
him.
open up to the seventh gate, though, and that's really
Yeah,
powerful in its own right.
yeah. I'd put him here. I mean, he does beat Kisame
Yeah.
uh, if Killer Bee doesn't go Tail Beast transformation. He does beat him. He can fight Itachi by just staring at his feet. That's his only way to counter the Sharingan, and he does it well. He's done it multiple times. And yeah, he's got a lot of stamina. I think he could beat Danzo and so forth. Next up is Minato, the fourth Hokage. He's definitely legit. He's definitely legit.
He's the highest among that so far. Yep.
Yeah. Nagato. I would make a good. I think he deserves to be in God tier. Uh, at least below Madara. He deserves to be God tier, I think. What would you say?
His stamina, is it usually bad or is it just compromised from
I think it's
him?
just compromised from using or
If
summoning the Ghetto statue and having to cling to its life force.
okay, then if it's not for that, I agree with you. Yes, below Madara.
All right. Naruto, the guy who started everything. For this video, we can just use Kid Naruto. I'm sure we can make our own tier eventually. If you guys want to see another follow-up video, we could do that. So
Sure.
we can just use Kid Naruto for our very first video. Would be awesome.
He's
I would.
decent below Kabuto, or what do you think? Are we talking about him in the Final Valley?
Yeah, let's use him Final Valley, like his most apt form for part one. Him Final Valley. I think
Um,
he definitely beats Kabuto.
for sure.
Oh, of course, for sure. Neji. He's definitely decent. The thing is, do I put him in front of Gara or behind him? What do you think?
Behind him.
Behind him? I think so too. Gara is a mid-range distance fighter. Neji has to be up your face to at least hurt you. Yeah.
Obito, Kid Obito,
Obito. Kiddo.
trash.
Trash?
Power
Yeah.
wise,
Power wise, like before the accident, he's pretty trash. He does awaken his Sharingan. He then gives it to Kakashi. He kills that one guy because of the Sharingan. Uh, let's put him in irrelevant. Let's put him in irrelevant because he does beat these. Well, he beat. I think he could find a way to beat Kurenai. Sure, they were the same age pretty much. He could beat Hinata for sure and Kid Ino. So I would put him um, probably here. Yeah, I'll put him there. I'm fine with that. Yeah. If you
Onoki.
guys if you guys disagree, just comment down below.
Suck
Onoki.
me off.
Yep. Onoki. The third Tsuchikage. So where do we put him?
Definitely think legit.
Legit.
I'm thinking where.
That's what I'm
'Cause I
thinking
feel
too.
like Guy could overwhelm him with his speed considering he's so old and slow.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. Same goes for I mean A, you know, he's the fourth Raikage. Like if they were to fight, uh Onoki has a cool particle style thing, but Raikage is pretty fast. He could just go whoopee whoopee. So I don't know. I'd put him below A. What would you say?
Yes.
All right, below A. Okay. Oh, sorry. Over here. Next we have
Orochimaru.
the pedophile. Yeah, Orochimaru. Um, he's legit. He's legit for sure. If not decent, like
I'm
high
actually
decent.
thinking, just looking at it, I'm thinking it's either in between Donzo and the Raikage, the fourth, or
Mhm.
Itachi and Donzo.
Yeah, that's a good question. He definitely loses to Itachi. Does he beat Danzo? He's a Sanin. He's got a variety of jutsu. He's immortal in his own right too. He can be sealed though. Um, and Danzo does have a sealing jutsu, but you know, Sasuke and Obito got away from it easily. I think Orochimaru would too, so I'd put him above Danzo. Yeah, definitely not above Itachi though.
Itachi fucks him up.
Easily. Yeah. Rock Lee.
What do you think?
Uh, he definitely belongs in decent. Though I think he beats Neji. He himself trained so hard just to beat him. They never actually fight, and the thing is, if Neji can if Neji decides to go head first into battle, he could immediately cancel out Rock Lee's chakra points, you know, using his Byakugan and the Gentle Fist. But uh, Rock Lee being his teammate, he knows that's Neji's go-to fighting style. I think he could find a way to overcome that and then just open the gates and fuck him up then. So I'd actually put him above Neji, well, Kid Neji for sure. Yeah, absolutely. He's got Drunken Fist too, super unpredictable. Yeah.
Sorry.
Sai. So this is a Shippuden Sai. Yeah. Uh, I think he's decent. I can't put him above. I can't put him in legit. He's just decent, I think. Yeah. But being an Anbu member, well, root foundation member, I think he's above. He's got skills that
Yes,
surpass Asuma for sure.
I was just about to say.
Yeah. Sakura. Sakura. Where do we put her? Should be a
Kid
no-brainer.
Sakura,
Trash. Honestly,
trash.
she just screams all day. Yeah. Yeah.
Sasori.
I love her as a adult for sure, but Kid Sakura, no questions no question, she's just trash. Yeah.
Sasori, I'd say is probably the highest decent, or maybe the lowest legit. What do you think?
Mm. Um, that's a good. Yeah, I'd agree. If I would put him in the decent category, he'd be highest decent. If I put him in the legit category, he'd be lowest legit. Um,
Because
because
Sasori loses to Sakura and Lady Chio.
yeah, he does. And even though he has the Iron Sand and that's OP as fuck, it does get countered by Sakura of all people. So I put him high decent. He is high decent for sure. Yeah. Kid Sasuke. So like Kid Naruto, let's use his
So
Curse Mark 2
let's just
uh,
have him right ahead of Naruto.
right ahead of Naruto. All
I think
right,
so.
that is true. I think Naruto, they were fighting. They were pretty even. The only reason why Naruto, let's say, lost that, I believe his emotions were running high. He scratches Sasuke's forehead, the protector, but Sasuke, you know, gut punches him, knocks him out cold. That's the only reason why he won that fight, and they were pretty matched. I would say he's definitely more skilled as a shinobi at that point. So yeah, he's above Kid Naruto, just at this point. Yeah, Naruto fucks him up later on, so it's okay. All right, Chunin Shikamaru. Where do we place him?
He's really smart, but I really don't know power wise where to place him.
Yeah, he's really smart.
He's
I would
in the
say he's
decent category, but
decent
he's
category.
not
Yeah,
high up there.
I don't think he goes past he's smart, like you said, but does he? I think he doesn't beat Kabuto physically. Of course, I don't think he can beat Gara. Okay, let's just put him here. You know, he's smart as fuck. We know that, but could he formulate a strategy to beat these guys with their specific abilities? Probably not at that point. Or he'd need one-on-one. No, I don't think so. If he had a team backing him up for sure, he'd come up with something. But one-on-one with these guys, no way.
Yep.
Okay, Shino. Shino.
He has his bug jutsu.
Yeah, granted, he never actually uses it. During the Chunin exams arc, he was one of the most interesting characters because, people kept praising him and hyping him up. Like he doesn't really need to do shit besides release his beetles, his insects, his bugs, whatever you want to call them. I would definitely, put him above Shikamaru, just cause he's smart as fuck too in his own right. Not smarter than Shikamaru, but because of his specific skill set, he could, just, you know, poison Shikamaru easily. I think. Yeah.
Shishui.
Shisui, definitely legit. Definitely legit.
Yeah.
He's got Koto Matsukami. Um, I would
Above
say
Donzo, maybe. What do you think?
absolutely. Like Donzo, just he I won't say beats him, but one ups him by just stealing his eye. But Shisui wasn't expecting that, you know. So he's definitely stronger than Donzo. I would say he could beat any one of these characters in legit if he just activates Koto Matsukami. But the reason why I'm not going to put him above, let's say, Minato, or highest on the list is these characters, in their own rights, they're smarter. Not smarter, but they're smart themselves. They won't just get caught in a genjutsu easily, I'm
How
sure.
about Orochimaru? Because I know Itachi's like the god of Genjutsu, but Shishui, how far
Mm.
out there is he? Up there.
Um, he's an Uchiha, so he's skilled with fire release. He's fast as fuck. They call him Shisui, the body flicker or the teleporter. So he's fast as fuck too. And yeah, the Kotomatsukami does. If he traps Orochimaru, done. Um, the question is, does he? I think he can. I mean, Itachi did, and at some point, at one point actually, Itachi's superior. His senpai, his mentor. So I believe so. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Tamari.
Tamari. She's definitely decent. She's definitely decent. She's a mid-range fighter. Uh, she Shikamaru had a good strategy, and he does sort of beat her under the circumstances. But I think if she were to fight any, okay, I'll put her decent, but below Shikamaru. Would you agree with that?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. All right. We've got Tenten next, and this is Shippuden
Trash.
Tenten. Trash. Shippuden Tenten. Did we put her below Sakura though?
No.
Okay, where would you place her?
Above Ino. Or Hinata, I
Uh,
don't know. It's up to you. I don't give a shit.
I put her because it's Shippuden. She's definitely like more skilled, just cause the picture shows Shippuden Tenten. I'll put her above all the other Part One girls here. Yeah. Our next character is Tobirama, second Hokage. He's a genius. Invented the Shadow Clone Jutsu, invented the
Five
animation jutsu.
five different
But
nature types.
yeah, master at water release. Flying Raijin. Uh, Killed Izuna. He's definitely legit. I will put him in God tier. He doesn't beat any of the guys in God tier. Uh, I think he's actually high up right here. Minato definitely beats him because sorry. Minato definitely beats him. He made his own version of Tobirama's own jutsu, the flying Raijin, and he has the Rasengan. He definitely beats Tobirama, but Tobirama beats these guys down below for sure. Yeah.
So not there.
Tsunade, 106 centimeters. She's Hokage, but if I'm being honest, she isn't that really strong as a Hokage. Yeah, she's obviously physically strong, but she's the weakest Hokage in my opinion. What do you say?
Yes, but she's still definitely a legit character, and
Oh, for sure.
probably
For sure.
stronger at Kakashi at that point. I don't know what you think.
Absolutely.
If
Absolutely.
we're talking
Yeah.
about pain arc,
For sure.
because
Yeah, I mean, she was supplying the whole village with Katsuyu. She was healing the whole village. She was trying to keep it together, and that takes a tremendous amount of chakra control, a lot of chakra and chakra control. She's a senjutsu, so she's got a lot of stamina. She won't get tired easily. Uh, yeah, I would say she's definitely stronger than Kakashi at that point. Fugaku, she's a Sanin. She could find a way to beat him for sure. I'm not sure if he's stronger. That's a video for another day. But for today's video, we'll put her above Fugaku. Yeah. Okay. Yamato.
oh, he's
Tenzo Yamato.
he's actually pretty badass.
He's pretty badass. He's not as badass as Hashirama in terms of wood style, but he's badass. He does have wood style, which is, OP in the series. So he's badass, but I think I would place him below Kakashi. Kakashi's
Kakashi
a
Senpai.
mentor after all, yeah, and he's shown time and time again. Sure, you can consider him filler in the series, the Kakashi Anbu series,
Oh, that's good
but
shit.
it's good shit, and he does use his Raikiri, his lightning jutsu, lightning blade to at least destroy the wood, keep them at bay and such. Yeah. Our next character,
Zabuza.
Zabuza. Momochi.
You think? Would you say decent or irrelevant? I mean, I'm thinking of us as a character and shit. But
As a character, he's definitely relevant. Naruto's first big test.
true, true.
Uh, he changed Naruto's outlook on life, what it means to be a shinobi. Him and Haku.
That's true.
Power-wise, he's one of the former members of the Seven Ninja Swordsmen, so he's of the mist. Super powerful in his own right. He does get beat, of course. I'd put him in decent. The question is, does he beat Sasori?
No, I don't think so.
No, I don't think so too. Sasuke's got that Iron Sand. No way.
I don't even think he beats Sai because of his type of jutsu.
I think he could have a good chance against Sai. Like Sai's Super Beast scrolls, they aren't very durable. Granted, they're versatile. Like he could draw anything, right? If he decides to use a bird and just soar above him and just throw kunai nonstop or whatnot, I think he could beat Zabuza. But if Sai decides to, in my opinion, decides to fight him one on one, base level, no high ground bullshit, it's a good fight. It's a good fight. And Zabuza, he's got that what was that thing they called it when in part one? Like he's got that bloodlust thing. I don't know. He's got that thing.
After
Uh,
you watch it.
de- they call him a demon or something. So he's pretty scary. I put him above Sai. I'm standing on that. Yeah.
Alright, fair enough.
Yeah. Okay, the next guy is Zetsu. He's definitely trash. I mean, yeah, he does have like a form of wood style, you know, and has been amped up with Hashirama cells. Well, that really depends because there are a lot of retcons in Naruto, but at one point in the story he was amped up with Hashirama cells. I'd still put him in trash though. He's like the gatherer for the Akatsuki. He doesn't do shit at all, I would say.
Yeah.
Uh, but of course, I put him high ranking trash for sure. All right. Would you like to introduce our last character?
Pervy Sage. Let's go.
Ruby Sage. Very good. All right. So he's a legit character. We already know that. Um, would you say he's the strongest of his team, the Sanin?
I'm really conflicted between him and Orochimaru.
I agree. It's a hard thing to discuss because Orochimaru mastered a ton of jutsu, very versatile as we know, has Sage some form of senjutsu, and the same goes for Jiraiya. He isn't as versatile, but he has imperfect Sage mode, but that in itself is very powerful. He's got Manpa. He's got the rest of the toads to back him up. He can, use the Rasengan. As we know, the Rasengan can be transformed in some way to make it even more powerful. He can make it bigger and whatnot, compress it. Um, like you, I'm really conflicted, but I think Jiraiya could beat Orochimaru. Like raw strength, I think he could. It's like we know Orochimaru is versatile, but how versatile exactly? So I
Alright.
think Jiraiya beats him for sure. So let's put him let's put him here. Yeah, I'm satisfied with the list. What do you think? You satisfied, bro?
Yep, I'm content,
Yeah,
dude.
I'm content. Yeah, of course. This is just the characters that we have, and uh, we didn't really go into much detail as we would have liked. It would have been too long of a video, but we could always do follow-ups. So if you guys like what you've seen, be sure to subscribe, comment, like the video, share it amongst your friends, uh, and give us some recommendations on what you'd like to see next. That would definitely help us out, and well, you'd get to watch it eventually. What you'd get. Yeah. Yeah, so that's it for today's video. We are Duokage. Thanks for watching, and goodbye.